What if your job title, your rank at a FAANG company, determined every single aspect of your life? From a fresh intern nervously walking into campus to a distinguished engineer reshaping the entire tech industry, each level unlocks a completely different life, a different salary, a different lifestyle, a different future. In this video, we're walking through every FAANG rank, from intern to staff engineer, and what your life actually looks like at each level. And we'll be brutally honest about what most people get wrong about money, about growth, and about what really matters at each stage. Whether you're just starting out, grinding through mid-levels, or already at the top, this is for you. Let's start from the very beginning. The FAANG intern, the first step into one of the most competitive ecosystems in the world. Sound exciting? It should. But there's a lot more to it than the free food and the shiny campus. A FAANG intern typically earns between $8,000 and $12,000 per month. Yes, per month. That's more than most full-time jobs in America. But here's the trap most interns fall into. They earn like engineers and spend like they'll earn this forever. San Francisco, Seattle, New York. The cities where FAANG internships happen are also some of the most expensive cities in the world. The average one-bedroom in San Francisco costs $3,200 a month. Add food, transportation, and lifestyle, and your intern stipend disappears fast. The smart interns know this. They keep housing costs low. They skip the luxury apartment. They cook instead of DoorDashing every meal. The goal of an internship isn't just to earn money. It's to convert to a full-time offer. That's the real prize. A full-time SWE I offer at a FAANG company typically includes base salary, stock options, and signing bonus. The total comp can hit $200,000 or more. Most people outside tech don't understand what total comp means. Base salary is just one piece. The real money is in the equity. RSUs, restricted stock units, vest over 4 years. This means every year you unlock more of your compensation. It's a golden handcuff. The intern who understands equity walks away from their internship already thinking 4 years ahead. That's the mindset shift that changes everything. The biggest mistake at the intern stage? Ignoring the 401k match. Even at intern level, contributing gets you free money. All right, you've aced the internship. You've got the full-time offer. Welcome to Level 2 SWE I. Your career officially begins. SWE I at a FAANG company. Total compensation between $180,000 and $220,000 per year. In your early to mid-20s, this is where lifestyle inflation hits hardest. Suddenly, you're making more money than your parents ever did, and the temptation to spend it all is real. The Tesla, the luxury apartment upgrade, the daily Michelin star lunches. Every SWE I has been tempted. Most give in. But the SWEs who build real wealth do something different. They live like they're still earning $80,000. And invest the difference. At this salary level, maxing out your 401k Roth IRA and HSA should be non-negotiable. That's over $34,000 per year in tax-advantaged savings, money the government cannot touch. And most SWEs don't use it all. If a SWE I invests $3,000 per month into index funds starting at age 22, they could be a millionaire before 35. Let that sink in. The index fund strategy is simple. Put money into a total market fund or S&P 500 fund. Automate it. Don't touch it. Let compound interest do the work. At SWE I, performance reviews matter enormously. Your review determines if you get promoted and how fast you exit this level. The average time at SWE before promotion is 2 years. Some push to 18 months. Others stall for 4 or 5. The difference is intentionality. The people who move fast have a clear growth plan, a good mentor, and they make their impact visible. Not just good work, visible good work. Congratulations. You've been promoted. You're now a SWE II, and your compensation just jumped significantly. Welcome to Level 3. SWE II. Total compensation between $250,000 and $320,000 per year. You're now in the top 1% of earners in America. Let that sink in. At this level, the RSU refresh kicks in. Your company grants you new stock every year as a retention mechanism. Your equity starts to compound. This is also the level where housing becomes a major financial decision. Do you rent or buy? In a FAANG city, this is not a simple answer. In San Francisco, the median home price is over $1.3 million. A 20% down payment is $260,000. That's a real number you need to plan for. The smart move at SWE II? Build a house down payment fund in a high-yield savings account while continuing to invest the rest. At SWE II, you're also expected to mentor junior engineers. This isn't just a nice gesture. It directly impacts your performance review and promotion chances. This level is where burnout first appears. The work is harder, the expectations are higher, and the pay, while amazing, starts to feel normal. Hedonic adaptation is real. The brain adjusts to new income levels and the satisfaction fades. This is why lifestyle design, not just income, matters. The engineers who thrive at SWE II are the ones who invest in skills outside their job: public speaking, leadership, system design. Because the promotion from SWE II to senior is the most competitive jump in the entire FAANG ladder. Only the best make it, and many stay here for years. At SWE II, your net worth, if you've been saving and investing, is likely between $200,000 and $500,000. You're building something real. You've done the hard work. You've earned the promotion. You are now a senior software engineer. Level 4. The most coveted title in tech. Senior software engineer. Total compensation between $350,000 and $500,000 per year. This is where most engineers peak and where the real wealth building happens. At this level, you're earning more per year than most people earn in a decade. The financial decisions you make here will define the next 30 years of your life. Most senior engineers start seriously thinking about financial independence at this level. With the right strategy, retirement before 45 is not a fantasy, it's math. The 4% rule says you can withdraw 4% of your portfolio per year indefinitely. $2.5 million means $100,000 per year, forever, without working a single day. At senior level, your RSU grants are now in the range of $200,000 to $400,000 total vesting over 4 years. Equity management becomes a full-time side skill. Tax planning at this level is critical. Without proper strategy, you could lose 40% or more of your total comp to federal and state taxes. Strategies like tax loss harvesting, donor-advised funds, and backdoor Roth IRA conversions can save senior engineers tens of thousands of dollars per year. This is also the level where many engineers start angel investing, putting money into early-stage startups. High risk, potentially life-changing returns. Some senior engineers put 5 to 10% of their portfolio into angel deals. One successful exit can return 10x, 50x, even 100x their investment. But the biggest financial mistake senior engineers make? Concentration risk. Too much of their net worth tied up in company stock. If the company stock drops 50%, which happens, a portfolio that was $2 million could become $1 million overnight. Diversification is not optional. The rule: as each RSU tranche vests, sell a portion and diversify into broad market index funds. Automate this process so emotion doesn't get in the way. Senior engineers who diversify consistently and invest the difference build portfolios that make them financially untouchable within a decade. At the senior level, life outside work also transforms. You can afford experiences that most people only dream about. But this is where priorities get tested. The engineers who stay grounded at this level, who don't let lifestyle inflate beyond reason, are the ones who achieve true financial independence. Now we're entering rarefied air. Beyond senior. The staff engineer level. This is where less than 5% of FAANG engineers ever reach. Staff engineer. Total compensation between $500,000 and $800,000 per year. Some exceed $1 million in total comp. This is no longer a salary. This is generational wealth territory. At this level, you're not just writing code. You're making architectural decisions that affect millions of users and billions of dollars of infrastructure. The staff engineer is the technical equivalent of a VP. Your decisions shape product roadmaps, engineering culture, and company direction. Financially, a staff engineer who has been investing since SWE I could already have a net worth of $1 million to $3 million. Depending on lifestyle choices, at this income level, a fee-only financial advisor is not a luxury, it's a necessity. The tax complexity alone requires professional help. This is also where estate planning becomes important. Wills, trusts, beneficiaries, You have real assets now, and they need to be protected. Many staff engineers also start their own investment vehicles, LLCs, private real estate, or even starting their own companies on the side. The real question at staff level isn't "can I afford this?" It's "is this the best use of my time, money, and energy?" Principal engineer, the level above staff. Total comp can reach $800,000 to $1.2 million, reached by less than 1% of engineers at FAANG companies. At principal level, you are a technical authority across the entire company or across a major product line. Your work impacts company valuation. A principal engineer who has been at FAANG for 10 years, investing consistently, could have a net worth of $5 million to $10 million. Financial freedom is not a goal at this point. It's a reality. At this net worth, even conservative investments generate $200,000 to $400,000 per year in passive income. You could never work again, and your wealth would still grow. Many principal engineers at this stage start thinking about legacy, charitable giving, family foundations, funding the next generation of engineers. Now we reach the summit. The Distinguished Engineer or Fellow, the rarest title in all of tech. There are fewer than 100 at any given FAANG company. Total compensation at the Distinguished Engineer level can exceed $1.5 million to $3 million per year. This is CEO-level pay without the CEO title. At this level, the financial conversation shifts entirely. It's no longer about building wealth. It's about preserving it, deploying it, and creating impact at scale. A distinguished engineer's net worth, accumulated over a career, typically ranges from $10 million to $50 million or more. Generational wealth, by any definition. But here's the twist. Money at this level is almost irrelevant. The distinguished engineers who are truly fulfilled are the ones who found meaning beyond the title and the comp. The engineers who burn out at the top are the ones who optimized only for comp. The ones who thrive, optimized for craft, impact, and balance. Now let's talk about the real reason most people fail to climb the FAANG ladder and what separates the ones who make it from those who don't. The number one reason engineers fail to advance at FAANG isn't technical skill, it's visibility. People who do great work but don't communicate it get overlooked. At FAANG, you need to learn how to write great performance self-reviews, how to quantify your impact, how to make your work visible to decision makers. The second reason, poor sponsor relationships. A mentor gives you advice. A sponsor gives you opportunities. Most engineers have mentors but no sponsors. A sponsor is a senior leader who advocates for you in rooms you're not in. Getting a sponsor requires delivering impact that makes them want to bet on you. The third reason, fear of scope. Most engineers stay in their comfort zone maintaining existing systems instead of owning new, high-impact projects. High-impact projects are riskier. They might fail. But failure on a high-visibility project teaches you more and signals more ambition than success on a low-visibility one. The fourth reason, neglecting finances while chasing the next level. Engineers who don't manage their money while climbing often arrive at senior or staff and realize they're not as wealthy as they should be. They earned millions but spent millions. The FAANG salary is powerful only when paired with intentional financial behavior. Otherwise, it's just an expensive lifestyle. The fifth reason, not adapting to FAANG culture fast enough. Each company has its own promotion philosophy, Amazon's leadership principles, Google's impact framework, Meta's execution focus. Engineers who treat all FAANG companies as identical miss the cultural nuances. Learning the unwritten rules of your specific company is a competitive advantage. The sixth reason, geographic and company loyalty that limits earning power. Moving between companies. Job hopping strategically can accelerate comp by 30 to 50%. The average FAANG employee who stays loyal for 5 years gets 3 to 5% annual raises. The one who switches gets 20 to 40% comp, increases each move. The math is clear. But job hopping without strategy is also a trap. Switching every 6 months signals instability. The sweet spot is every 2 to 3 years after you've delivered real impact. The seventh reason, mental health and burnout. FAANG is an extraordinary environment, but the pressure, the pace, and the performance culture can be genuinely damaging. Engineers who ignore their mental health often hit a wall at senior or staff level. Their technical skills are strong, but their resilience and leadership capacity have eroded. The best engineers at FAANG treat recovery and rest as professional skills, not luxuries. Sleep, exercise, therapy. These are performance tools, not indulgences. And financially, the engineer who burns out at senior level and takes 6 months off loses far more than just salary. They lose momentum, equity, and compounding time. The engineers who make it to principal and distinguished level are not necessarily the most brilliant. They're the most sustainable, consistent, adaptable, resilient. The FAANG ladder is not just a career path. It's a financial accelerator. Every level you climb multiplies your wealth-building potential if you manage it right. Let's bring it all together. From intern to distinguished engineer, here's the full picture of what your financial life can look like at every level. Intern, $8,000 to $12,000 per month. Focus. Learn fast. Maximize the conversion rate. Start your 401k immediately. SWE I, $180,000 to $220,000 total comp. Focus. Max tax-advantaged accounts. Invest aggressively. Avoid lifestyle inflation. SWE II, $250,000 to $320,000 total comp. Focus. Plan for home purchase. Diversify RSUs. Build toward promotion. Senior SWE, $350,000 to $500,000 total comp. Focus. Tax optimization. Fire planning. Consider financial advisor. Diversify aggressively. Staff engineer, $500,000 to $800,000 total comp. Focus. Estate planning. Build investment vehicles. Focus on impact and legacy. Work on sponsoring others. Principal engineer, $800,000 to $1.2 million total comp. Focus. Your wealth is already generational. Deploy it with intention. Give back. Build what matters. Distinguished engineer, $1.5 million to $3 million or more. At this level, the question isn't what you can afford, it's what you want your life to mean. Here's what all these levels have in common. The engineers who build real wealth at every stage share 3 behaviors. Automate, diversify, protect. The biggest financial mistake across every FAANG level is the same: treating a high income as a substitute for financial discipline. It isn't. $200,000 a year with a 50% savings rate builds more wealth than $500,000 a year with a 5% savings rate. The math is unforgiving. The FAANG engineers who retire early, who achieve genuine financial independence, are rarely the highest earners. They're the most disciplined. Your action plan, regardless of what level you're at right now, know your total comp. Track your net worth monthly. Automate everything. Hire a fee-only advisor when your comp exceeds $200K. Negotiate every offer. Not just base negotiate RSUs, signing bonus, and start date. Most engineers leave $20,000 to $100,000 on the table by not negotiating. Use your equity wisely. Don't hold all your RSUs hoping the stock goes up. Diversify on vest. A concentrated stock position is a ticking financial risk. And finally, invest in yourself as aggressively as you invest in the market. Every skill you develop compounds just like money. Communication, leadership, systems thinking. Here is your action plan starting today. Step 1. Calculate your total compensation, base, equity, bonus. Know your real number. Step 2. Open a high-yield savings account and a Roth IRA this week if you don't have them. Both take under 15 minutes online. Step 3. Set up automatic investment contributions today. Even $500 a month into a total market index fund will change your financial trajectory permanently. Step 4. Build your promotion plan. Know exactly what it takes to reach the next level at your company. Write it down. Share it with your manager. The FAANG ladder is one of the greatest wealth-building opportunities in human history. Every level you climb is a multiplier. Start where you are. Invest what you can. Climb with intention. Your future self is counting on every decision you make today.